You dig? Yeah, 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 yeah. You gotta feel the pain of the kid in the ghetto. My heart's in the ghetto, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotta turn it up a notch, you know? What fly niggas and fly men don't do part three. You know? I've been doing my thing. I've been so locked in, man, and just enjoying life that I'll tell y'all what, man. I've been knocking videos out, but it's been tough to do these videos. So while I'm on the road, yeah, I'm back on tour. I'm on my Coming to America 2 tour, out here living life and experiencing new things and stuff like that. Um, I'm out here enjoying myself, man. I'm enjoying what God has blessed me with. My beautiful mind, my handsome face, my great charismatic personality, magnetic personality. You know, I'm out here enjoying myself. And off all the gentlemen, fly young ladies, clean young ladies. Shout out to all the ladies that's gonna watch this too. Um, y'all should too, man. You know, I don't want to waste y'all time too much, but I'm gonna get right into it. Like, you know, uh, I've been outside these holiday weeks, and man, I've been so correct. This has been confirmation to what I always be thinking about myself. It's like, man, the ladies just love clean smelling, clean looking, decent dressing, uh African American culture men, educated men. And, she won't even know about all that from when she just meets you, but like, standing up straight, smiling, not being too thirsty, being confident, playing with her with your confidence, women like confident. Fly men are confident in their actions, in their words, in their conversations, in their flirting. You understand me? So yeah, man, like I said in one of the last videos, I was outside um recently, and I'm talking to a lady, and she's telling me, she says, "Man, I'm so glad your breath doesn't stink." And I'm just laughing because I'm like, I'm super big on hygiene. And then so, fly men, our breath don't stink. We take care of our oral hygiene, all our entire bodily hygiene, but especially your hygiene, your oral hygiene. Take care of that. You want your breath smelling like God's breath. You want your breath smelling like the Garden of Eden. You want your breath smelling like, you know, um, heavenly, very heavenly. You don't want your breath smelling like the Bayou. You don't want your breath smelling like E&J. You don't want your breath smelling like you've been drinking 40s E&J and smoking Black and Miles all day. You don't want that. That's not fly. You know. Another female that I was talking to, I think it was yesterday. I was at this Christmas party, and she came through like, she was giving me the eye. She was eyeballing me. I was eyeballing her. She had on my favorite color, and I'm pretty sure all the ladies from my hometown pretty much have seen me or wanted to see me. So when they actually see me in person, it'd be more so like, who is that guy? Like I can tell that they're interested and curious, by just their actions and how they look, how they're looking at me, the stares and stuff, right? So all I need is like two or three stares, and I can do the rest pretty much. Like I'm a flirt in my own confident way. So you know, I seen her at the bar. I went over to the bar. I asked her like what was she drinking and stuff like that, and she told me, and I was like, all right, well, we got to take a shot. Then I proceeded to ask her where she's from, and I liked her dress and I like her hair and stuff like that. You know, she had braces. When women have braces, I'll always be not really getting on them, but like embarrassing them, teasing with them about their braces because I had braces and I know how sensitive it is, but it's uplifting to know that somebody likes women with braces, So I'm flirting with her about that as well. But um, she instantly complimented me on how I smelled. And I just want to let y'all know that fly men, we smell good. You know, fly women, y'all smell good. Y'all smell like the Garden of Eden. You know, what's going on every inch of your body, women, smells like the Garden of Eden. Smells like Jesus's mother. You understand me? So yeah, man, like I just want y'all to continue to catch up with this beautiful game that I'm always living and giving out because it's real life experiences. I didn't read a book to tell y'all, you got to be smelling good. You got to brush your teeth. I didn't read a book to tell y'all like fly women, fly gentlemen, we're always, you know, conversing with women. Like if we're in a party setting, we're in a woman's face. We're not always talking to the guys. We're constantly meeting new women, not just to uh indulge in them, but to learn more about them, to learn more about to strengthen our network because women are going to help you a lot more than the guys will. You know, they're gonna bring a little bit more value. You know, they're here. They were sent here to be helpers. So yeah, man. And also fly men, we always leave a good impression. Fly men always leave a good impression. All right. You gotta listen to me on that. Even if you don't feel like buying her flowers, buy her the flowers just because it's her birthday, or just because y'all spent a month together, or just because y'all spent the 2 months together, or just because it's Valentine's Day, or just because you miss her and you want to flirt and you don't know how to articulate that all the way, in a smooth way. Flowers. But even from the jump, like when you first meet a female, right? You just always want to remain fly and remain a gentleman. By the way, gentlemen always get the cuckoo 90. Gentlemen always get the 90. All right. Being an asshole don't always get you the 90. It doesn't. I know, we got this new thing of nice guys finish last and you got to be an asshole and a jerk and a bad boy and all that stuff. You really just got to be yourself. Now, me, I'm naturally pretty much witty and snobby but um I'm not going to sit up here and let that snobbiness and arrogance overtake my goals and what I'm endeavoring to do with my life and the females that I'm interacting with. I'm gonna balance it out. So yeah, man. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, man, fly men, we always leave a good impression. You first meeting a female, call her by her name and stuff, like remember her name. Um, compliment her. Compliments lead to developments, you understand? Uh you also want to, pretty much just walk her to her car, make sure she get home safe. You don't ever want to really be trying to just one night stand the girl, just because you just met her and she's feeling you and the energy and vibes is high and they're there and y'all are in sync and, y'all are on one accord. The compliments are flowing, drinks are flowing. You still don't want to, you know, minimize yourself to a one night stand and making yourself seem so easy. Fly men aren't easy. We're not easy. You dig? maybe in your early 20s and teens or something like that. But you get in your later 20s, 30s, and 40s and 50s, like, you're gonna have to use that mouthpiece, and you're gonna have to go live life and experience life. I don't want y'all just. He don't know what he doing. This nigga just giving it out. You know what I'm saying? She fucking with Buddy them. They ain't even having a lot. Ladies too now. Um, what else, man? McDonald's. You dig? If you do go to McDonald's, hey man, it's an emergency, man. Let me get a large fry, man. Double fish sandwich, apple pie, please. We have manners. Um, but we don't be eating McDonald's and Wendy's and stuff, and our women don't either. And we holler at women who don't do that. We like women. We're attracted to women who are fly, other fly women who keep their hair done and they nails and toes done, and they got nice outfits. They do nice things. They do pretty fly things. We're attracted to those women. But we don't be liking the women who be having on dirty shoes and got 3 toes done out to 10, and chip falling off, paint chip falling off they nails, the paint chipping off their nails and stuff. Like, nah, we don't do that. Fly men don't do that. They got all these rules for us and standards for us and checklists for us, and you can't have no checklist. No, you are a fly man. You got to have a checklist yourself. You feel me? I really hope this video go through because I'm watching Godfather right now, right? So they trying to like make it seem like this is copyrighted and stuff, but I really didn't mean to have it on there on on this live. You understand? But yeah, man, it's your boy Bane the Truth, man. Just giving y'all a couple things of what fly men don't do, man. Hit the like button. Come up in here, hit the like button. Greet the ladies. Say hello to the ladies. Just say hello, ladies, in the comments. The ladies gonna swing back and spin back and be checking in the comments for all the fly men in the comments, all the rich men in the comments. I know it's some tricks in the comments too. I know it's some generous men in the comments. It's some investors in the comments. So ladies, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure y'all hit up my IG too, BaneTheTruth, Bane the Truth. You understand? I wish I was in Nigeria right now, man, but it's all good, man. We just gotta plan that joint better next year. We gonna be there. What else I got for y'all, man? Fly men, we try new restaurants. We go out and try we go live life. Fly men, we're not in women's fan clubs. We're not in a fan club of a female. We don't do that. You dig? We don't do that. We club once a month. Fly men club once a month, if that. We don't be at the club 2 times a week and all that stuff. Now, if you campaigning, you campaigning. Just switch up your campaign. But if you campaigning, you only clubbing, and you only campaigning in the club, nah, come on, man. Ask yourself, are you that fly? Are you that guy? You dig? Because if you in the club, man, you mixing yourself with a lot of bums. A lot of people who don't got no jobs. A lot of people who don't got no income. Poverty is contagious. Wealth is contagious. You choose which one you want to be around. Health is contagious. But need I say more, But yeah, man, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm trying to get better at speaking longer, but maybe I'll just chop this up and just save a few of them for later. Again, man, we leave fly men, we leave good impressions, man. Practice on leaving a good impression with the female, whether it be your words that you saying, you want to read a little bit more to expand your vocabulary. You want to show her, some new workouts. Oh yeah, fly men, we work out. I know I probably said that on part 1 or 2, but you know, um, we have good taste in music. You know, we can recite a lot of fly songs. You know, it almost feels as if Usher is singing to her, Chris Brown is singing to her when I'm singing to her, cause I'm just that fly. I'm just that guy. When I'm putting in her mind, you know, she can use a million times and be stimulated from that. You know, buying drinks is not tricking, okay? If a girl gets fired from her job and you've been talking to this young lady, you've been endeavoring to have this young lady, buying her drinks, getting her nails done if she always pretty much has them done, you know, doing just certain things that's not tricking, you know. So fly men, we don't always look at everything as tricking. We don't do that. Buying flowers for a girl that you're endeavoring to have is not tricking. Now, buying flowers just to strictly fuck, just to strictly get in her pants, excuse my language, yeah, that's tricking. But if you're trying to have a good time and show her a good time for her birthday, you have history with this woman or whatever the case may be, y'all kind of mean something to each other. Y'all have some kind of connections and ties. You just showing her love, you know, and you choose to buy her flowers and buy her a drink. That's fine. That's what fly men do. But man, I love y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hope y'all live for 100 plus years. It's your boy Bane the Truth. I'm about to enjoy my night, man. We out of here, man. Love y'all. And shout out to all the ladies that smelling like the Garden of Eden, got that thing parked. And, they're very intelligent, very brown and cultured, and they just, waiting for a real one to approach them and say, the oracles, and it's something intelligent, something profound to them, just so they can give that brother a chance and change her world up and they can be a blessing to one another. But yeah, man, love y'all, man. I'm out.